Joining us now is Heather Warnken. She is the executive director of the Center for Criminal Justice Reform at the University of Baltimore. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Thank you for having me.
Certainly. We had the city state's attorney on, and I'm just reading through some of your remarks, and you think when it comes to this bill, you called it misguided and harmful, and I'm curious of why.
Sure. I want to start by saying I could not agree more that addressing gun violence, including the growing number of illegal firearms in our communities, must be of utmost priority. We just do not believe that this bill, this strategy is a way to get effectively at that problem. And I want to start by saying that not only do we believe it will not be effective, but also that it comes with great risk of actually undermining public safety, of making that violence worse.
When you talk to Mr. Bates, you get the feeling that he feels like law as it stands right now does not have teeth, and he feels like those who are offenders know their way around it. So let's say you get 3 years and you know you're only going to give 8 months, that it sort of works in their favor. What do you think when he says that? That if they're not teeth there, we got to add a little bit more so they take the crime seriously?
The evidence base just simply does not support that theory. There is a large and growing body of evidence that lengthening sentences is not an effective way to deter crime. And actually, another groundbreaking report on this exact topic came out the day that we filed our written testimony. So again, I think that the fervor and the literature behind that is only growing. The other thing that has been clear about the supporters of this bill's talking points is a kind of a faulty set of assumptions about how deterrence works. You know, there's a big difference in the certainty of apprehension and some consequences versus the severity of those consequences. And currently, there's actually not certainty in consequences due to systemic deficiencies. But in order to achieve that, things like probation and non-custodial approaches are a far more effective response than giving people longer terms of prison and jail.
Give us the alternative as you look at this holistic approach, because you talk a lot about the trauma that may come from being away from your family from a long time, or not being able to see your loved ones, and missing that connection and what it happens down the road. So if you had the magic pen and you wrote the law yourself, tell me about how the consequences would work.
Absolutely. Well, I want to focus on what I think is the most effective thing that we can and should be doing, which is bringing public health approaches to this problem. This is really about what are the alternatives? How do we most effectively address the problem that we're actually trying to solve with gun violence and the reason people pick up the guns in the first place? So we lay out a long list of alternative solutions in our written testimony, and I'll name just a couple of them. I mean, one, improving trust between police and community. You know, I know we have a very long way to go in that work. And when people who are carrying guns for protection or out of fear or in a very well-documented response to the trauma that they have already experienced related to gun violence, and they don't trust that when they pick up the phone to call law enforcement, that entity will protect them or will not harm them, there's a real problem there. So I think there's a lot of work that would be effective there. I also think how we treat victims and witnesses of violence. Now, this is something very much in the purview of the state's attorney's office. I actually led an assessment for the city of Baltimore on how victims of violent crime are treated, focused on Black and brown victims of gun violence. And there are just many deficiencies there, many opportunities to change our approach and improve access to services in ways that are effective at reducing the risk of that person's future victimization and reducing the risk that that person will later pick up a gun and harm someone else. So those are just two. There are many other alternate strategies as well.
Sure. That's Heather Warnken from the University of Baltimore. Thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it.
Thanks again for having me.
Certainly.